Alright. Good evening. Trying a bit more. I will go against death once again. However, I decided I'm gonna start with a gold digger. And just smack people. Right, so this is a 3-hit combo, and if I recall correctly, every hit gives me money. And after a while, if I have enough money, I get crits automatically, if I recall correctly, doesn't it? Hits cost to drop gold, inflicts critical if you have more than 1200. Yeah. Bonk. So I'm just gonna smack people with a pickaxe. Which, fun fact, one of my favorite weapons in Pathfinder is the pickaxe. Because it has fatal on it. However, the more important part is if I get enough money, I can actually just buy me enough heals. Which might be relevant later. Ow. Ah. Free chicken. Right, so from what I can say, apparently I won't get too much money off of this, simply because the enemies die too quickly. Like, this currently one-shots most enemies. Okay, found Castlevania. Found a shield. Are you all that much better than what I have? Not really. But I can sell you for more. Otherwise, idea is basically just go for death. Try to flawless that guy. From what I can tell, currently he does seem to be simpler to deal with than... Here, what's his name? Conjunctivius. I really don't like the tentacles on Conjunctivius. It's a bit slow. I don't generally like the slow weapons. Okay, I think it's time to leave for Castlevania. And hope I make it in the next like 10 seconds. I'm pretty sure the money I get in the door is more than the money I can find here by killing things. Like, how much is this? 750, 950. Take the trap. And I think I'm gonna go for survival again. Over tactics. Get me... counterattack? No, get me the gastronomy. Then, what else is good on survival? Hitting people that are stunned, rooted, like that are crowd controlled. For skill reduction, I do have a rooting grenade. Oh, there it is. I was just but the UI wasn't there, and I was just completely confused. Oh. Well, that was a necessary little path. Apparently, this also has quite the vertical range to get rid of the bats for me. But I haven't used this weapon a whole lot. Like, again, definitely a tactics enjoyer. Generally seems to have really good range for some reason. Right, I'm gonna use this to farm some money. Actually, could you use this with the Porcupack? With a Porcupack, so it doesn't deal a whole lot of damage, but still gives you the money. Should technically be possible, I think. Maybe I should try that. Like, the damage the Porcupack gives won't be that great because I'm not going for brutality. But it should work. It technically definitely should work. And then I can take another weapon to hit people with. Like the Great Sword or the Symmetrical Lance. Probably the Symmetrical Lance. I like that one more than the Great Sword. Though the Great Sword has surprised me lately. Or the last time I used it. I don't even know how much the 10 gold per hit actually are. And I didn't deign to pay attention. But like that dude was 20 gold. Every bat is 10 additional gold. So if I hit like 40 bats, I can buy a weapon. I think I should go over here. There's probably a shop. That goes to Corrupted Prison and the shop. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, it goes to Corrupted Prison. For now, I'm gonna keep with the Gold Digger until I have enough money, until I get the Porcupack. Even though the Porcupack is probably not that good against death. Bonk, bonk. Bat 2. Okay, the hitbox on that weapon is kind of weird. What the fuck? The hitbox on that weapon is absolutely kind of weird. Like, why does it hit the bat so far above? And it's not even shooting an arrow at them. Ooh, there's an elite. There was an elite, and it dropped a... Did it drop a legendary? It did, the torch. Well, we talked about that recently. Actually, I think I'll still keep the Gold Digger in the first one. Until I have enough money. Bonk, bonk. Yeah, the hitbox on that thing is kind of busted. And I mean in the broken busted. It shouldn't be that big. Way too many enemies here. Oh well. Some chicken. And some more survival. Don't think I want either of you. Now, what I need for the combination that I forgot his name. The nice man last time. Okay, apparently you can't stand on that when it flips. The nice young man last time taught me. Combination you can use to basically apply all 3 status effects like 4 times. More survival. This still is just a dead horse, isn't it? Yeah. Fuck. I for some reason feel really slow. Stupid herpes. Ooh, more chicken. Like, okay, I rolled through that, please. I should probably heal. I have taken a lot more damage than I should have taken here. Thankfully, skeletons can't really hit you when you're next to them. Heavy turret? Eh, no. Yeah, that cost me a lot more health than it should have. I do like the pickaxe. It's kinda stupid. And thankfully all the money directly flies to me instead of having to be picked up. I still don't understand why sometimes you have to pick up the money and sometimes it just comes to you. I should use this weapon more. I absolutely should use this weapon more, holy shit. It's great. Alright, you go to the ossuary. Nothing else. The ossuary would be incentivized, but I don't really want to go there because, if I recall correctly... Oh, you just go there directly from the outskirt. No, wait. You can go to the ossuary. Why isn't it in here? Huh. Alright, door. Probably just... bonk, 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 bonk. What did you drop for me? Just money. I thought I parried that. Apparently I fucked it up. Oh, wait. Yes. Right, and I'm out of money again. There's some... Did I miss a shop somewhere? I thought there was some food here last time. Again, took way too much damage for this stage, actually. Not sure if it's because it's the first time. The first game today. Also, how the fuck do I have 0 views but 1 like? Is YouTube stupid once again? Here. Open wounds. So I assume the DPS increases by brutality. The DPS per second should probably increase with brutality. Oh shit! I wanted to take the Pokepack. Well, I probably wouldn't use that anyway. Hey, look! You're not moving. Fuck you. So currently I do bleed people, but not all that much more. And the bleed isn't that great. And I also get some temporary health from parrying. Which does definitely help. Well, I still should actually hit my parries though. And if I recall correctly, it only works for melee parries. Not for ranged. Ooh. You know what? Yeah, I'll take that. Keep that in mind for chicken later. And they actually have 3. Ooh, what's this? Throwing axe. Ooh, okay. I need to get through this level. Thankfully, I don't think it should be too hard. On the other hand, I don't have any more healing. I absolutely hate those wheels. Already hated them in Castlevania. The Buer, I believe they're called. Don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Like, what the hell is Buer supposed to be? Need to keep in mind I don't have any healing currently for the boss when it comes to that. Hit me. Fuck you. Oh, Legion. Do you get... Wait, don't you get food from the Legion? Doesn't he pick food out of it? Yep. Food infected with a malaise. I don't know what malaise does. And it doesn't show me anything. I assume that's something that comes in later, in higher levels? Like 4 or 5 maybe? Apparently you can interrupt them. If you actually hit them in time. Did that bone still hit me, huh? Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, that's a legendary kunai, huh? I'm gonna go to the shop. I overlooked the Scroll of Power, huh? I really need to pay more attention, I guess. Alright, give me the chicken. Okay, you know what? I don't think I'll get the money. Okay, get that. Get that Scroll of Power. In that case, I think I can get the Armadillo pack instead. If I'm not trying for money with that thing. Alright. Sure, I'll take that. Okay, I currently don't see the dot, but that's most likely because... Oh, he just blocks those. Interesting. But that's most likely because I don't currently. Currently they just die too fast. But I can see the bleeding and the poison and the fire. So that does work. That was honestly a great tip. The tentacle is a no. I don't even like its movement, like its attack pattern. Alright, this is just back down. Right, take the teleporter. It's invisible. For more survival, but I do like the downward, the projectile defense more. I take whatever gives me more health, I believe. Yeah. Alright, Master's Keep, meaning I can leave now. But I think I'm gonna go and check some more. I didn't see that it was charging. Is there another shop here? There's a treasure. And I do not have enough money to get me a charge of my flask. That's an infantry bow. Who the fuck is just chilling in a treasure room? How much DPS? 328 DPS for 3 seconds. That's honestly kinda good. What is the torch doing? Burns through 180. The poison is... it doesn't tell me. And then we have 21 bleeding for 5 seconds. Four boosters required. I love that. Honestly, I love dots. I love killing things by just bleeding them to death. There's an owl. That's probably not going to happen. I do want that scroll though. Also, good evening. 5. I do kind of want to look up how exactly the bleed... but that is 3000 damage. Like, how exactly is the bleed burst working? Is it just 10 times the highest DPS the highest bleed DPS you have? Alright, Black Bridge. Off we go to Master's Keep. I can go ahead and sell that. Sell this boy. Now, I just need to make sure not to get hit by the scythe. I'm pretty sure he will kill me with whatever he throws at me. Throws an axe in a parabolic trajectory, dealing critical damage during its descent. That's another weapon I can take, and it's actually survival tactics. So that's gonna come in the next time. You give me Armadillo Pack. Alright, let's see if I survive death. That's a stupid sentence. That is indeed a lot of dead people and things. Is there a squirrel head? Is that a squirrel skull? Alright. Let's see death. I'm gonna have to admit, death looks really bad. Like, visually. He does not look like Castlevania Death. He does not look like Death should... ah, fuck, I forgot the scythes. Like, in all of the Castlevanias I played, Death... even though in Aria of Sorrow he didn't really have that much of a role, that big of a role, in all of them he at least looked regal. Like, he would not run around in rags like that. To be fair, I haven't played all Castlevanias, I'd have to admit. But most of them he looked better than that. I do not like the assault shield. The first hit being this slow is annoying. But a damage should be... Oh right, it's an automatic crit. Unless I have taken damage. No wait, is it? This is not... No, that's the War Spear, not the Flawless. I need to hit 2 enemies at once. Which probably won't be the case that often. Like, I don't think it will be the case at all, actually. Like, that makes this weapon really bad for bosses. Except for Conjunctivius, but that doesn't really count. Hit me. The Conjunctivius and they're specifically only the tentacles, which are not what you actually want to hit. Like, the tentacles just die anyway. And I feel like it doesn't have enough range for most of the hallways. If there are even more than one enemy. Have I not found Castlevania yet? Have I just overlooked it? Actually, you know what? No. Keep the light speed. Ooh, pyrotechnics. And I do have oil on my downward smash, so that's not bad. I should get an oil grenade. Also, I didn't necessarily... Ooh, challenge room. Didn't necessarily need to drink there. I forgot I can still find food here. Alright. More survival, even though I currently have tactics... ooh, damage from projectiles reduced. Now I don't have oil anymore. That. Absolutely hate these. Ooh, magnetic grenade. If I get something that has AoE, I'm probably just gonna throw a grenade at anything. Is Castlevania just to the right of this portal? Yeah. I don't get the 2 minutes, I don't get the 30 kills, so actually I should probably just go through and see if I can find anything important, because I don't get the doors anyway. That has more range than anticipated. Blow him up. The magnet grenade deals not as much damage as I wish it would do. Alright, Castlevania again. It also, the magnetic grenade, what fucks me up about it is that it only deals damage at the end of its duration. Like, it's weird. You hit it, it pulls enemies for 4 seconds but doesn't deal damage during that time. Then it explodes and deals a dot. A DPS for some reason. Instead of just dealing the DPS over the 4 seconds it pulls things. I don't think I'm gonna be friends with this. Armadillo Pack. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be friends with this. Holy shit. No. Absolutely not. I hate... There are some weapons that require you to space correctly, and I do not like them. Because the enemies generally don't stay put. So you'd probably need like a root grenade or a... Ooh, the magnetic grenade could actually work with that, couldn't it? Okay, damage-wise not bad. I just need to make sure I look in the correct direction. Can you stop moving? Kill a werewolf with a throwing axe. That's an achievement? Also, shots explode in toxic cloud, but they're not exploding into toxic clouds. I've been lied to. Alucard, so like I don't like it, but I'll take it over that throwing axe. I don't even know, how does your crit... What do you crit for? If target is in front of you in mid-range, that puts you near an attack dealing a critical... Oh, so you need actually teleport to get the crit. But then your next few hits do crit. Okay. Another challenge room. Alright, let's see if I can do better in this one. Also, is it gonna be Castlevania themed? Do we have the Castlevania spikes? We do have the Castlevania chest. Do those ever drop weapons? Damage from projectiles is reduced, but getting brutality and... Okay, we do not have the Castlevania spikes, even though we have the Castlevania chest. I'm going down. Fuck. I don't think I've ever seen that pattern before in a challenge room. And I think I should have taken the food buff instead of the Armadillo Pack here. Fuck. That's a no. I don't like the enemies in this area. I also don't like this weapon. And I never feel like the cursed chests are actually worth it. So I just learned you can't damage the bats while they are in the air. Which is weird. Not in the air, while they're on the ceiling. Apparently, at least Alucard's sword can't. Also, why is this sword so long? There's a merchant here. I actually have... How did I have so little money with the peg? Give me survival weapons. Ooh, punishment. Take that over the assault shield. I'll keep... I think I'll keep the rest of my money. Yeah. It's just the weird interactions because normally every other weapon can hit them. It's just because with Alucard's sword you teleport into the wall and then you get interrupted because you're hitting through a wall that you are currently in. Which is a bit weird. Like, not gonna lie. Also, good evening. Also, I got the legendary torch earlier, and I was able to confirm that it is, pretty good. Pretty good if you have the, like, bleed mutation. And the cards, which I also had, and then I died to death. Which, to be fair, I'm thinking dying to death can be excused. Alright, survival. Ooh, holy water. Yeah, and people die when they are killed. I did the same again. Right. Like, I've never been less afraid of an elite enemy. I think Skeleton is probably the least threatening enemy. Especially if he's just on the same height as you are. Like, if he's below you, absolutely terrifying. On the same height, no problem. And nope, I have what I need. Unfortunately, Magnet Grenade doesn't work that well against bosses. Like, specifically the big bosses, not... well, they're called elites otherwise. Yeah, it doesn't really work on bosses, but for most of the small enemies, the Magnet Grenade is kinda great. Ooh, Scroll of Power, I need to nab that for later. That's a weird room. Actually, with procedural generation, it's weird to me that I have not seen a room like that before. How do I get out there? Or rather, do I care to get out there? I sometimes don't understand how my things do damage. Like nothing connected with the harpy. And somehow it died. Alright, no going above. And... castle. Eight minutes. I guess that is possible if you don't dawdle along the way. I did that. Ooh. I do love me machete. But I think can't really afford it. I don't think I want either of those. You know what? Over than multiple Noxpo. Love the gun. Also, Curse of the Dead Gods, if you have not played that, also a great game. Very different though. It's more isometric. But the curse system is great. Why do they all cost 500 souls? Or cells. Alright, get me... gastronomy. Great game that, and it still could have been better. But for some reason it feels like they just stopped working on it. I also just learned that Dracula's sword, Alucard's sword, does move you so far behind an enemy that you can't hit him with lower ranged weapons. So I can't use my machete on enemies that I teleport behind. I love the gun though. What do we have? A quick bow. Just a normal quick bow? Nah. So I think I can confirm that the Magnet Grenade plus Holy Water works relatively well. Okay, here we have a chef. Let's see if I can afford... I probably will not be able to afford the 20,000 for a flask charge. In that case, I'll probably see if I can get some food later. If I still need food or if I can just keep my money. The beer absolutely fucking cooked me for some reason. Like they're a near one shot every time I meet them. Yeah, without the scaling though, the machete doesn't do all that much damage. That combination does work rather well. Though I can kind of just chain that into the... I can chain the bump into a teleport behind them. And because I don't really deal enough damage with the machete, the teleport behind the bump will happen. Or you just throw him off a cliff. That also works. It is kind of weird that the crit for the melee weapon is to be far away from them. And you get the crit even if you don't hit them. I really still feel like the movement set of just Alucard's sword is better than Alucard's sword and shield. Oh, that's Valmond's whip. That's Tactics Brutality, if I recall correctly. Yeah. I think it pulls enemies to... No. They need to be... That's a spacing weapon. And it also doesn't have any... It doesn't have any kind of movement pattern. I think I like the wrenching whip more. Because that one at least has a bit of differentiation. Wait, which shield? Oh, you mean Alucard's shield? I feel like it slows down the combo for some reason. Like it doesn't really add anything. Oh, there's a treasure room. I should probably go grab that if I get to it. Alright, everything here should be cleaned out. Not everything. That would actually be kinda neat to see if it applies. Nutcracker. Like Valmond's whip. I'm actually fun fact. Valmond's whip is just Belmont's whip from Castlevania, but they added it before the Castlevania collab. So I had to rename it. I'm pretty sure that's why it's called Valmond's whip. Because everybody was already comparing it to Castlevania anyway. Which is kind of weird, because most Castlevanias at this point, I believe, don't even have the whip. Or the Belmonts. Except for in, like, supporting casts. Do I take a cocoon? No. Would probably be good. But I think I'm gonna stay with the Roland. Bonk. 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 I love Hammer Space. That's ice armor. I never really try that. Covers you nice, it absorbs an attack and explodes freezing nearby enemies. If you don't take a hit, it explodes after 8 seconds. Creates a toxic cloud around you and nearby enemies stop bleeding when the effect ends. That absorbs. I should try that. 20 seconds cooldown is quite long. But I don't think I've ever tried it. And if I see that correctly, it does just have damage reduction. Bonk. So it just completely blocks one attack. That's not bad. This is Master's Keep. This is Master's Keep. Is there nothing up there? There is something up there. Absolutely sure of it. Card. There's another shop there. There's some more enemies. There's a Scroll of Power I want. It protects from... Yeah, sure, because the curse only works if you take damage. And if you can't take damage, you... Yeah, that makes sense. Also, you can trigger it yourself. Would be nice if that was said anywhere, but eh. Most people will probably find out. Bonk. Bonk. Wait a second, do I see that right? The Nutcracker throws a grenade, the grenade stuns enemies shortly, and then the Nutcracker automatically gets a crit. That's kinda bust. That's kinda neat. Self-combo. Survival. No. Hit me. Idiot. Okay, but it only works if the grenade directly hits the enemy, because that way it automatically explodes. And only if the grenade is ready. What a stupid combo. Oh yeah, Scroll of Power. Honestly, I need to try more different skills mainly, because I do tend to get stuck in my ways. Alright, shop. If I can't have a flask, I'll have at least chicken. Go into the fight fully healed. I actually only need that. Only need a little kebab. Alright. Let's see if I do better against death today. Is it Donatello the Ninja Turtle or Donatello the artist? Get me. Doesn't kill me. No. Counterattack? Sure. It is very nice of Death to actually fight us instead of just killing us. Death must be stopped. There was actually a party in my country in the last like major election who went like, yeah, we have one single issue as a party and it is to defeat age. Which they didn't really have a plan for it, but it was nice to see them try. Well, I dodged too early. That was 1200 damage. Okay, that went very well. Like, the cards do insane damage for some reason. Also, can you explain to me how exactly the bleeding works? Most specifically, the damage at the end. Why does... Oh, because I have... Yeah, the rapier doesn't scale on survival. This also doesn't. How exactly the bleeding scales? Because, like, getting 5 stacks on something and it deals 33,000 damage, that feels a bit much. Or was it 3,300? That still feels a bit much. Alright, where do I go? Stilt Village. Graveyard, Slumbering Sanctuary, that's a no. Stilt Village, I think I'll just go to the Timekeeper. Oh yeah, I remember, I don't like these guys. With the cannons. Though I have a feeling they also do not like Alucard's sword. It's a cursed chest. You know what, I need a new weapon. And it gives me a fucking fire grenade. Alright, what do we have in here? Just the shop. Ice Shield, Giant Slayer. The Bible? Did I take the Bible? Sure. And I think I might actually just do it like this. So yeah, it does protect from curse. And also the Bible for some reason just hits like a truck. Like the Bible actually just hits like a truck, what the hell? I still want to check if I can get a flask recharge. No defending against God. Oh, they're blocking because those count as projectiles, no? If so, that's actually kind of funny. Haven't been in a stealth village in a while. Alright, key. Do the Bibles trigger projectile mutations? Because in that case, the Transcendence thing would be probably quite funny. Alright, get the second key. Ooh, that's a legendary. A legendary Firebolt. Pyrotechnics. What? The last showing absorbs never flames to grow. Yeah. Haven't had that one before. This is the curse dude, isn't it? Yeah. Just get slapped by a Bible. Also, that pyroblast, the pyroblast hit dealt 1600 damage, which is definitely appreciated. I probably need to use that more. Thank you for waiting. Need more books. That's the knife dance again. Did I miss... Yeah, I missed the treasure room there. There's still money I can grab. Does it pierce? Shots pierce the first target, shoots an arrow behind you, yeah. And more damage on rooted targets. Flawless. Nah. What are you? What the fuck? Oh. I was unaware that there could be doors within doors. That was not something I knew could happen. Alright, on to the clock tower. I forgot to check the merchant. I forgot to buy me chicken. Okay, I feel like I'm having good enough health anyway. For the clock tower itself. The clock tower has some of my favorite enemies. And always remember the floor weapon. Bats, no. Nope. The clock tower is also kind of unique in how it works with these. With the teleporters into the rooms. More health. Alright, up I go. Have some money. I can afford a flask charge now. If I find a merchant for food. It is 10% less damage, so I'll take it. The Bible currently has the problem that all of the enemies die before I can hit them. 3 times, that is. Actually, only 2 times, because the third one then throws the book. Yeah. Two-hit combo with the book if you hit twice. Alright, food merchant. Nope, treasure chest. With a needle, the pure nail. The needle is Silk Song. That is, I believe, just a lore room. There's a mimic. If I understand it correctly. Well, not really all that much of a challenge. It's a bit disappointing that the static defense was more of a challenge than all of the enemies until now. Okay, just the rampart absorbs no damage, like 3% more damage than my current one. Keep the punishment, that one deals more damage. Well, I thought I hit him, but I didn't. Alright, more survival. These guys, I think they just teleport to other ledges, don't they? That was random weapons, not what I wanted. I still don't want to waste money on things if I don't know if it's the Mamak. No, wait, I need to go further down. Also, I need chicken. Okay, only the second hit needs to hit, actually. Alright. I should probably try and get some more health instead of just damage. Yeah, let's get something else. Also, I can see this guy standing there. Is this already... Yeah, that's already the clock tower itself. So I have to find the key for it. Which is probably gonna be in here. This does AoE, huh? Let's see. What's behind door number 2? More enemies! And cells. Well, I'll take them, I guess. Do they get stunned from fire? I thought you have to hit them. Well, I don't think I actually want anything. That should be the key. Up here somewhere. Damage received, projectiles reduced, extra jump, and flammable oil. Which does allow me to crit with my my pyrotechnics. I forgot, they also turn around. That's a lower room, I'm pretty sure. Heavy grenade, that's a new. I should have used the ice armor for that. Now, is there anything more? There's a scroll fragment I want to nab. But then I think I can leave. Also nice to have the teleporter actually after the elevator, instead of beforehand, as usual. Alright, everything into the costume. For the sewer dwellers, so it is for the Ninja Turtle. I was unaware you get a flask of the clock tower. I thought only... Alright. So you cannot hit this door. Let me just throw you a Bible. Alright. Oh yeah, she doesn't place there. I do not quite understand how the Pyrotechnics Legendary works. Like, it's a big AoE. It gathers up flames, which I assume is mostly... Yeah, that's a no. Ooh. Better version. Is it a better version? It's 8++. It's the same damage. Toxic Cloud. Thaw spreads to nearby enemy. Slowdown of the thaw is longer and freezes enemies when they die. Sure. Right, I can't go to Castlevania here. Because I've already been in Castlevania. Unless I can go to Castlevania now. Which I don't think I ever noticed that I could do that. All the cells into that. So, where can I go? I can go to the Derrick Distillery. Honestly, my least favorite biome. High Peak Castle. And the Lighthouse. So I cannot go to... Yeah, let's go. I cannot here go to Castlevania, because I've already been there. So, if I fight Death, I cannot fight Dracula. I just noticed, for the first time, that the... I do not understand how this thing's damage works. Flames to grow and deal 15% more damage per flame absorbed. But it didn't really appear to do all that much damage there. Okay, this is just dead end. I haven't been in the ship for a while. I haven't actually been anywhere after the first boss in a while. Those things, thankfully, still very easy to parry. Also, Thankfully, I do have temporary health. And very unfortunately, there's a lot of water. I think I shouldn't even rely on the legendary effect. I should just throw my fireballs at them. What do I take? Whatever is more health. Well, parry too early. Thankfully, I did have temp HP. Let's see what we find. I would like to find a food shop. Well, that's a treasure chest. I'll take it, I guess. Crusher. No. I parried way too early. That should not have counted. It's always weird to see the rat survive more than a single hit. And I need to use my ice armor more. Alright, I'm just gonna keep a bit of distance. Fight you one-on-one. I'm still impressed how far they can throw their anchor. Also, my shield does apply inflammable oil, which definitely helps with the damage even further. He's in there, isn't he? Apparently that does not count as a wall. Chicken, actually kebab. Okay, you need to die. The last hit does quite a good amount of damage. I remember there were parts in this one where I absolutely got destroyed by 50,000 rats. You can't come out there. Alright, then down. Elite Bombardier. Hey. I thought I parried those. Oh well. Hokuto's Bow Legendary. Ooh. Victims burn when they die, covered in burning oil, which we do apply, but... over the Bible. Oh yeah, shots pierce all enemies, so it applies the Hokuto's bow effect on everything in a row. Like, these are still so easy to deal with. Like, they don't feel like an enemy that should be in this area. I mean, difficulty-wise. Flavor-wise, definitely. No. Like, the Hokuto's bow could probably be really good for bosses, for the servants. Aphrodite? What? Also, it's a rare blueprint, apparently. Oh, the lighthouse is over there. I'm not even gonna fuck around all that much more in here, I'm just gonna leave. I would like to keep my health. Alright, I have one flask, Judge. I have a Hokuto's bow and a legendary pyrotechnics. And no more flasks. I have 41,000 gold. Do I want to reset my mutations? Yes, because the... Oh no, it does help. The gastronomy does help. The armadillo back is a given. I don't have melee attacks, so most of those don't matter. The barb tips probably won't matter. Ranger's gear, probably not. I don't slow root or anything, so you know what? Just get me more health. I completely forgot that there is food before each fight. Also, I wonder if you could just talk with them if the prisoner wasn't just such an idiot. Does this close again? Like, also, how the fuck do you slam a door so hard that the light literally bursts into flames? What? Alright, Calliope. The easy one. And then immediately get hit. She really does not deal all that much damage. Probably because I have a lot of health. Also, stop stealing my drinks. Like, is she just standing there wondering why the lighthouse is burning? Or was she gonna do was she gonna do something? Did they buff them? They feel a lot tankier than last time I fought them. Alright, number 1 down. Though I'm pretty sure she is the least tanky of them. Okay, have a sip. I too would like a sip, but apparently there's no more food in here. Hello. Alright, there's a kebab. Alright, let's see. I've never beaten this phase of the fight. Mostly because of Cleo. For some reason I cannot get her attacks right. Exactly like that. Alright, number 1. Oh yeah, I cannot get the 8 kills for the foresight, can I? The temporary hit points from the red card, though, are helpful. Number 2. That's already further than I ever got until now. Whew. Never managed to do that before. I definitely want that weapon. Bladed Tonfas, fun fact, was one of my favorite weapons in Neo. Though it does pale in comparison to the absolute goat that is the Nodachi. Path to the lighthouse's top. Right, so I have 11,000 health, which is a lot more than usual. Actually, I should maybe. No, I should have done that before. Damage to slow down target, shots plus the first target shoots an arrow. I want to critical hit, more damage, launches grenade shots and bite a scroll, that's good. Damage to burning oil, that doesn't happen a whole lot. Spreads inflammable oil, that is definitely helpful. So, yeah, bleed is fine. That should be good. Upgrade you. How much do you do? Press X makes you jump forward, hitting with the castle the next combo with this button to do critical damage. Stylish yet impractical. How was she able to use it with such deadly accuracy? Everyone who uses Tonfas is an expert in Tonfas. Oh. A heal. The crown. You have a clear view of the island's coast from here. Broken ships here, broken ships there. Ah, reached the crown for the first time. Here comes the antelope. After all the Malays has done to the kingdom, you should realize that, but we cannot allow anything to leave the island. But I guess you're beyond reasoning. I'm dead. You also look dead. I'm sorry, but I have to stop this folly right here, right now. Not that I won't take any pleasure in killing you. The Queen. Right, let's see what you do. I do not expect to win here. Yeah, did not win here. Oh no, you don't. She actually damages herself so she can fight you more. That's dedication. That's a neat attack. Oh, she catches projectiles and throws them back. This is honestly quite a nice fight. I don't know what I like more. Her being like all honorable or the giant calling you a fucking retard when you first meet him. That was a very lucky dodge there. I did not in fact parry this. Also, she just absolutely hits you with the parry this, you casual. I guess the dice cast then. Wait, no phase 2? And special animation. You also got a special animation for Hand of the King. Ooh, a boat. Wait, can you actually leave? Does not look like it. Okay, I'm gonna admit I did not expect to win. I did not expect to win against the Queen on my first try against the Queen on not the easiest difficulty, but I'll take it. Also, thanks. I still get a different item from her. Just so for info, I'm not gonna do another run because it's already too late. But I just like to enjoy. I just enjoy looking at what items I'm gonna take. It's probably gonna be the Kunai and Giant Slayer combo. Wonderful. So that was already more successful, actually. Before I do that. Wait. Can I not? Does the Queen not count? Can I not increase my difficulty? Wait, where did I increase my difficulty? I completely forgot how to increase my difficulty. I haven't done that in so long. Where do I need to go to increase my difficulty? Wasn't it just here? Oh, you... Oh, okay. I thought it resets automatically when you increase your difficulty. Oh well, at least I didn't lose money. Alright. 100% maximum for rank 5. S. Nightmare. Removes all possible ways of refilling your health flask. Great. 3 times more cells found. Cursed mobs can spawn on up to 5 biomes and lets you acquire the next... Wonderful. Right. Let's see what weapons I'm gonna take the next time. Probably. Most likely. Also, are there new enemies that can drop stuff? That is just... I forgot her name. Not Cleo. Probably the Fire Blast. The Wrenching Whip is kind of fun, but I don't like the other stuff in there. Fire Blast is cool, and we have an oil grenade to go with it. The Flawless with the Stun Ray could be good, but probably this one. Anyway, I thank you for watching, and I hope you have a nice evening. I hope you have a good night later on, and I hope you have a nice weekend, because I'm not sure whether I can stream tomorrow. I'll see. If not, have a nice weekend, and if yes, well, I'll be here tomorrow. Goodbye.